On you guys. So what what I'm doing right now is pretty much just cutting my hair right now. Gotta have a good haircut, you know. I think, in my opinion, for me at least, I gotta have a good haircut to complement my beard. I'm working on right now, letting the stash grow out a bit. I'm not cutting on the stash. I'm no longer cutting on the beard at all anymore. So what I do is close this door real quick so I can get to the clippers and stuff. But I'll show you what I do. Pretty much what I do is I you know, if you notice right along here, you can see the hairline goes down, goes over, and then right when that slants about halfway is, if you can see that, about halfway down, because this slant right here actually runs all the way to the ear. If you notice, it runs all the way to the ear, all the way to the ear. Line that comb up right there, and it runs all the way to the ear. But of course, you don't run that all the way over there unless you're going beardless. Excuse me, not beardless, but sideburnless or beardless. But in other events, sidburn is actually the dimension between here and here. So what I do is I edge myself up to that point, and I actually fade. I don't fade, but when I put the guards on the clippers. About I trim my hair to a 1/4 inch. So I put the 1/4 inch clippers on there, which I didn't use these clippers. I used the other ones there in the other bathroom. But I used the 1/8 inch, and I come to right about here. And as you notice, everyone has a swirl in their head. For me, it's right here, directly in the back of my head. But some people have a combination of swirls. I have one here, and what you do is with a swirl, you have to cut away. So if there's a swirl right here in the middle of my hand, and it's in my head, you cut away. You always go away with the clippers. That is. Some other stuff, it's come a lot of time. I've been cutting my hair since I was probably about 10 years old or so. But so what you do then, after you got the guard down and the guards off and all that kind of stuff, and you're getting ready to edge your hair up and stuff of that nature, since I'm growing the beard out, what I do is, of course, essentially, you want to keep the comb around all the time, but the way you do the hairline, you don't do hairline right here. You don't do this. You don't do this. You don't do any of this, because you want to let that full beard grow in. You want to see, because you've been cutting on it and edging it and lining it. You want to make sure that you don't touch that, so you can actually see where it goes to. Because once we've been cutting on it before we decide to grow our beard out, we've been lining it. And now we're allowing a natural line to form. So, pretty much all I'm gonna do, is, combination of a brush and comb to get those protruding hairs to actually protrude so that we can cut them back, because we're only dealing with the hairline right now. We're not dealing with any beard line or anything like that. So what I tend to do is think about the hairline in a couple of different parts. You got this part right here, which lines and frames the forehead along with the brow, and then as the slant, and then you have a slant that comes from that point. And then obviously you have the straightaway. So what I like to do is, because I'm pretty familiar with my hairline, is I kind of get the line going right there, just a little bit. But essentially, I follow what I see on the front end there. I start off from that. I identify that corner right there, and I only do like that side portion. I do that side portion and come not even all the way halfway, just a little bit. Then I come over here and identify, you know, where my side is meeting, you know, where this side is meeting this side. And where that corner meets is where I nail the corner of the clipper and I line from here to here. I always do my corners first. I do my corners first. So you got sharp corners and they meet right, you'll be all right. So, and you always want to you don't want to push a hairline. You know, when you're doing it, you rather cut further away from it than pushing it. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than pushing a hairline back. And I've had it done to me. I don't do it to myself, and that's why I cut my own hair, because I know that I won't do that to myself. But there's nothing worse than a barber, and most all barbers will do this. I mean, it depends. Like I haven't had that many barbers I could trust. Maybe 2 in my whole lifetime that actually liked what they were doing. As far as when they cut your hair, they don't push the line back. You know, because the way you really know that your line's been pushed back is a week later. Let it grow in. See, a lot of barbers, what they'll do is they'll have you come and visit them every single week. That doesn't give you an opportunity for enough growth process to actually happen, you know. So you never get an opportunity to actually see your line actually grow back, because you're visiting back so frequently, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock this out. You know, I get that corner there, you know, I see where those are meeting right there. You know, come right there, touch a bit. And, you know, my last cut, I was lining, this is going to take long, because last cut, I was lining my entire hairline, you know, because I was edging my beard. At that point, I was, edging my beard. And, you know, since I'm letting everything essentially grow in, you know, I don't want to edge my beard right now, because I want to see where it actually stands naturally. You know what I mean? You can't see where it stands naturally if you're always cutting on it. And that's my thing, you know. You know, I'm getting that side, bringing that side to the corner where it meets. And you don't want to put it into your skin, you know. Don't push it onto the skin too much, because you push it into the skin, this is metal. These things are moving, they're vibrating very fast, very, very quickly, you know. I always want to put some alcohol on there, but anyways, after you do so, you put those clippers into you too hard, you'll be left with a mark. You don't want a mark, you want a line. So, you know, we got that front line done. We got both the corners where they meet. All we got to do now is a neckline. I'm not going to do that on camera because that takes too long. I mean, pretty easy. I mean, really, all I'm going to really do is just, you know, I do it from the back of the mirror. You know, I comb down here like so. You know, this is the way my brother used to cut my hair. He taught me how to do so. My brother's actually got a channel too. You can check out him. He's Urban Acolyte. Check out Urban Acolyte. You know. And you always want to be light. You know, you don't want to feel these clippers digging into you. Just, you know, just barely touch the skin, you know. Barely touching the skin. You know, switch hands with the comb to the other hand, switch hands with the mirror, switch hands with the edgers, the edger clippers. So then, come back over here, line here, boom, boom, boom. I can see it, you know, I'm in line. And then we want to do is a line straight across here, which I'm not going to do that. I could, but I'm going outside to cut the grass. I also gotta bathe my dog as well, so I'll be doing a few of those things as well. But you know, you see there, Got yourself a pretty straight line there. You know what I'm saying? You see right here. See those corners meeting there? Boom, boom, boom. Bottom corner, put a thumb there. Bottom corner, put the thumb there. See how even those are? Whew, they touch. Boom. You know? And some people have a natural kind of a curve, you know? They kind of got a natural curve. So don't try to like push it back so it's like straight and stuff back here, because then you'll have like a little bit growing to the front part. Do the corners. Do the front right there. Keep your eyes on the corners when you're doing it. So you want to worry about this piece, this piece, this piece. Boom, boom. Right angles. You want to do right angles. Boom, boom. And we're not fooling with the beard line. We're letting that grow in. We're letting the mustache grow in and all that stuff. After we finish growing this bad boy for a year, then we'll start to think about whether or not we're gonna you know, add some line or some shape. But within a year's time of letting the line grow in, we'll be able to have a great you know, representation of where that line actually sits. Because, you know, you'd be surprised after years of, you know, getting up on the beard and pushing it down to this line, pushing it to that line, and pushing it to that line, you know, the natural hairs might come out the hair, but you've been pushing on it. You know what I mean? You don't want to push on it. Just like with this right here. This right here, if you notice, it's actually a continuation of the stash. But the stash has been cut to that line and cut to that line that, you know, you've made a construction. You know, it's kind of, I think about the haircut and the face, you know, kind of like you think about nature. You know, think about nature, you know. There's buildings and stuff, and, you know, I'm not going to ramble too long. I'm about to roll out after I say this. But anyway, you know, nature had trees all over the place. There's trees everywhere. Now, all of a sudden, there's buildings here and there. And if you think about nature, trees, buildings, and all those kind of things, it's just like the male haircut. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that there would be hair all over the face, because there wouldn't be hair all over the face. But the reality is that these parts would have possibly have been filled already, but we've constructed what we wanted to see. You know, when you're constructing what you want to see, a lot of times you're not allowing the opportunity for what actually is to be. You know, so let what actually is continue to be. You know what I mean? And have fun seeing how the hairline grows in. Have fun trimming the beard. Not trimming the beard, and you know, just seeing where and how it fills in. You know, it'll be you know, breath of fresh air to see how things grow in and stuff like that. I believe, is, you know, I'm seeing some things happen to myself, and things are progressing. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can follow me. You know, subscribe down below. Share with your friends. I'm on Instagram at Patrick G Daniels. You can find me on Twitter at Aeronautics, which is AIRONAUTIKZ. That is my all around kind of a sharing spectrum. As well as you can find me on Tumblr. My blog is patrickgdaniels.tumblr.com. Peace.